Hello traders, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to analyze some few pairs. You can see I have Aussie CHF, Pound CHF, Euro CAD, Pound CAD, Kiwi dollar, and NASDAQ. Okay, so last week we had a lot of impulsive moves due to news. As you can see, this last week candle was so impulsive, but we are going to analyze these 6 pairs and see how the week ahead will be shaping up. So currently on Aussie CHF, when you start with Aussie CHF, you can see this was a clear push in price to the upside. Then this one is a clear correction. So we are expecting another push, potentially breaking this top and this top over here, because I'm seeing a pattern forming in this level over here. So it can potentially reach up to these highs over here. Okay, it can reach up to these highs over here. So you need to be alert on this one because it has some massive rewards when it starts to push to the upside. Okay, so let me just clear this one out so that we can draw a clear pattern. Okay, we have a clear pattern in these areas over here, especially in that correction. In this correction, there is so much info to go through. Okay, so first we mark our key areas. Like this one is a key area over here, another key area down here. Okay, so with these key areas, we'll be looking how market reacts when it reaches those areas. Okay, when it reaches those areas. So first we go down to a lower time frame, which is on a daily. Weekly chart we use just to see the direction of the market. Then we go down to a daily to see our patterns, daily and 4-hour. Then mostly our entries are usually in 1 hour, but if you can get a tighter entry in 15 minutes, that's even better. So currently the price is pushing corrective, and I'm seeing a pattern over here. If I'm to invert this chart, you might see it clearly. As you can see, we have this clear pattern over here. 1 2 3 touch. Okay, and the lower one is here. Okay, I've used the recent higher lows and lower lows to get this structure. Okay, I've used the two recent higher lows and higher highs to get this structure. And you can see currently we are at our third touch. Okay, we are at our third touch, of which it will be so nice to see this quickly retrace back to the upside, giving us that correction, and then we continue the push to the upside. Okay, so let's go in 4 hours, see what's happening. Okay, as you can see, the price has break that pattern with a small extension. Okay, the small extension, of which it can easily go back to the upside where it's supposed to go. So what we are waiting for is this clear push in price, followed by a correction, then you enter the market. So you will be focusing on this correction over here. Okay, because this one has a very nice potential to push the market all the way to these highs, because the risk to reward over here is quite big. Okay, if we just take this one over here up to these levels, 90% rule is around 300 pips. So this one is no joke, guys. This one is going to be a lovely trade for next week. Okay, potentially next week and this month. Actually, this one is going to be a very nice one. This one is going to be a very nice one. So watch out on this one, guys, because it's going to be a good trade. Next, you have Pound Swiss franc. Pound Swiss franc has been moving a bit of a corrective. So let's go to a weekly chart to see what's happening. As you can see, with this, we had a very impulsive push over here, but you can see the correction has took too long that it even broke where the impulsive move started. Okay, so with this deep correction, there is likelihood that with this big correction, there is likelihood that this price will push even higher to break this top, because the longer the correction, the bigger the impulsive phase. Okay, so first let's go through this correction to see if we can get a pattern. Let's go down to a daily to see if we can get patterns. Okay, straight from the bat, I can see the upper trend line over there. Then we have lower pattern over there. Nice. Okay, this one is shaping up nicely. As you can see, even with this one, we are having already the third touch over here. So this one has a potential of reaching our highs, our major highs, which is in these levels, and probably even reaching these levels over here, these levels and these levels. So it has much potential of reaching those highs up there, because the correction took too long for it to finish, to reach that third touch over here. Okay, so with this clear structure over here, it will be so nice if you can get a clear entry. And remember guys, with this deep correction, once you get such correction, deep correction like this one, that will break even the low, the first impulsive move began, this one can indicate that there is high chance that this price might be forming another pattern over here. And if this is correct, then if our focus is correct, then this one will be pushing all the way to these highs, then giving us those sales continue there with this overall move to the downside. Okay, as you can see, this is an overall move to the downside. So watch out on all of those moves. It is good to focus early, because those moves I've focused they are like over 5 years move. Okay, so it's good to know what you are looking for. So right here we go down to a 4 hour, and the price is currently nice. Yeah, the price is currently nice in that area. So all we have to wait for currently, is a clear push in price followed by a correction. So if we manage to get a clear push in price followed by a correction in these levels, then this is going to be a one massive trade, guys. This one, oops, sorry about that. This one is going to be a one massive trade over here, because if you can get this move, or if you can catch this move from this bottom over here, then this trade, first target will be on the trend line, but we all know our overall target will be on the 90% rule, which is all the way to this area. We are looking at 1,100 pips from this trade, guys. So this one is going to be a long-term hold for swingers, so you better watch out for this one. This one is going to be a very nice trade, guys. Very nice trade. So next, let's go through Euro CAD. We start by the weekly. Euro CAD, as you can see, it has been pushing to the downside. It has been pushing the downside after this corrective move over here. It pushed the downside, but for me, as you can see, this move for me is not that convincing that it will push all the way to break this low. Okay, for me, I was looking at this pattern over here. I was looking for this pattern over here, and since this pattern failed to play out, there is high chance that this might form an expanding type of pattern over here, or potentially do something else, like a different pattern is forming these levels. Okay, because this price, I'm seeing it pushing back up one more time. Okay, so with this move, I'm seeing if this price is to push from these levels going up, then there is likelihood that this price might come and reach this area. Okay, there is high chance that this price might reach that area, giving us this expanding pattern over here. So if this price is to play out, it might reach all the way to these areas, break this high, then we drop the downside. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on this pair. So let's just dive in deep and see what currently we can do with this pair. Let's go to a daily and draw a pattern. From the daily chart, I can see, let me just invert it so that things can be seen clearly. As you can see from the daily chart, you can have, let's just mark key areas to watch. That key, this one has already been broken. There's another key area over here. Okay, so from this one, I can see there is a pattern over here, which has already broken to the upside. This one has already broken to the upside. So let's just get rid of that and focus again on this one. Okay, you can see this pattern over here. You can see this pattern over here. Okay, let's just invert it back. Okay, now from this chart, you can see we are at our third touch. Okay, that's how I was anticipating these buys, because I'm not yet convinced that this price is ready for sales. Okay, so over here, I can see some buys, but is it ready or not? That's the question. So from this area, you can see it broke the low corrective. It did break the low corrective, and with that in mind, there is also a chance that this price might also form some sort of a pattern over here. Okay, if this pattern is to play out, then there is likelihood that this price might reach this level then drop one more time to the downside before pushing to the upside. Okay, so I can see this move happening, and if it happen, then we might have a structure in these levels over here that it will give us that indication for buys. At the same time, this price can also start to push to the upside from these levels, because it has formed a triple bottom over here. Okay, this is a triple bottom, so there is high chance also this price can start with this impulsive candle. There is a chance that this might be the first impulsive move for the push to the upside. So if this is the first momentum push to the upside, let's go down to a lower time frame, 4 hour. We see if we can get something out of this. Okay, so from this level, as you can see, from this level, since we know we have a clear pattern, we can even start it from here. We have a clear pattern also from here. Okay, let me just draw this one. Nice, this one looks nice. Okay, as you can see from this pattern, since we have a chance of this price pushing to this area before pushing again to the downside, and we also have that probability of this price pushing all the way to the highs. Okay, it's all about probabilities and possibilities in trading. Okay, so with that in mind, we will be waiting after this impulsive candle. We are just waiting for that clear correction again to drop one more time to the downside, potentially to these levels or below these levels. Then we take these buys from these areas. Once we enter these buys, we will ride it up to this level, but will not close our entries. Okay, from this level, we see how the market reacts from these levels. If the market breaks this area impulsive, then we will continue to hold our trade. So we'll just be moving with our trailing stop loss. Okay, so if it breaks impulsive, giving us another correction, then we'll continue to ride this price to the upside. Okay, because this one we are on a two probabilities of this trade. It can happen both ways. So we'll take advantage of this small correction down here for these buys up to this level. Once we reach these levels is where we'll see how the market will react. Probably we will have moved our stops to profits already. Okay, because we are looking at over 200 pips on this distance. So watch out on this one, guys. This one is so close actually. If this one comes back down, because it hasn't reached a level that I would like it to reach, because I can't count this as a correction. Okay, so watch out on Euro CAD, guys. Next, let's go through Pound CAD. Pound CAD also moves quite a lot the same like Euro CAD, but this one, let's just see. Since it's a downtrend, we invert it so that we can get a clear structure when we invert it. Okay, so straight from the bat, I can see that this one is a clear push, and then this one is correction. All of this is corrective. Okay, so with this correction, we can come up with a pattern, which I'm seeing to be this one. This one is a clear pattern, and this good thing about this pattern is on a weekly chart, so you can reap massive profits in this pair. Okay, so we have this pattern over here. Okay, guys, so we have this nice pattern over here, of which the price has broken it corrective and currently is pushing to the upside. So with this pair, we are waiting for the impulsive move to the upside, and then correction, and then we continuation to the upside. That's why I'm saying on Euro CAD, there is likelihood that price could be the beginning of that pump to the upside because of what Pound CAD is doing. So now let's go down to our daily chart to see what we have. Okay, I can see from the daily chart, we have even, if we just draw a trend line over here, we have even broken that trend line. Okay, with a very impulsive candle. Okay, so with this impulsive candle, if you go down to a 4 hour, all you are waiting for is this correction now. Okay, and as you can see, this price did came back down with a pattern. Okay, if I can just draw this pattern over here, let me show you the pattern. Okay, as you can see, guys, that's the three touch pattern that has broken the price, the upside. As you can see, currently you're at a correction phase, but this correction is not yet enough for us. Okay, if this price can move a bit higher, then give us another correction to the downside, then we'll take this trade for buys. Okay, so this one again is going to be a massive one. Okay, this one is going to be a massive one because as you can see with the pattern, it's so big, it's very, very big. So our first target will be this high, second target this high, third target this high, fourth target the trend line, and the fifth target, which is on the overall pattern where the whole pattern began, okay, which is on these levels over here. So if this pattern is to play out, then we are going to reap some massive rewards on this one, guys. This one is going to be massive. Okay, so watch out on this pair also because it's shaping up so nice. Pound CAD actually looks cleaner out of the card pairs I've seen. Okay, Pound CAD looks cleaner. Once we get this correction, we're going to get this impulse to the upside. Okay, so be alert on this pair, guys. These are pairs that usually people build their accounts with. Okay, this one looks so nice. So focus on this one. Focus on this one, guys. So next, let's go through Kiwi dollar. Kiwi dollar has been moving nicely. As for all dollar pairs, we have reaped massive profits. If you want to see the trades that I've taken nowadays, from today I got a message from a client that, you know, it's good to show the analysis more than more than the profits. So if you want to see the trades I took, you can check on my Telegram channel. The link is in description. Okay, I also have a mentorship program that you can also link up with me, and we have some sessions, okay, and teach you how I get my entries and such, and the Falcon strategy. Okay, so let's focus on Kiwi dollar. Kiwi dollar has pushed down correctively. As you can see, this one has been a very corrective phase for a long time actually after this impulsive move. So for me, if this price can come up to these levels over here, I think even it's on that zone over there. So since it was on my zone, I want to focus on buys now. I want to focus on buys on dollar pairs because they have retraced up to the level that I would want to get my entries. Okay, so these are the areas that I wanted this price to reach. These are the areas that I wanted this price to reach, and currently we are reacting in these areas. Okay, so if we start drawing our pattern, because here I think we can have a pattern from our weekly chart. Let's see, we have this, and then we have the lower one over here, of which it did break and quickly retraced the upside. So this one looks like a double bottom for me. This one looks like a clear double bottom for me. With this pair, as you can see, it has formed a double bottom, of which right now I'm focusing on buys on this pair, and also I'm seeing this as an expanding pattern because this price pushed downside quite aggressive and did not have that clear correction for the downside. So I'm seeing this move to be an expanding pattern, even though I want it to break at the top, so that then we continue to the downside, so that we clear this impulsive move, the downside. Okay, so over here you can see another pattern, an expanding pattern. Okay, this is an expanding pattern over here. So going down to a forward chart, let's go to a forward chart, and okay, let's go to a forward chart. Okay, this is the forward chart, and currently the price has retraced deeply to the downside due to this candle over here. Okay, with such big candles, which are usually as a result of news, we do expect some deep pullbacks on it. Okay, so this could be the first impulse to the upside that will push this price up to these levels over here. So our first target will be in these levels over here, but our overall target will be in these areas over here. Okay, we'll be focusing on these levels over here. That will be our overall target over here. So you should be in this trade already, or let's see on 1 hour chart. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, you should be on this trade already, because the right buys are on these levels over here. This was the right entry. But if you have missed that, just wait for this break of this trend line, the break of this trend line. Okay, wait for the break of this trend line. Once the price has broken that trend line, of which it's likely to do that, you just wait for a 15 minutes correction over here, and then we take that push to the upside. Okay, so this move has already begun, and I'm already in this move. Actually, the move has already begun. I took this trade from these levels. And after seeing that 4-hour candle, I did put my stop loss around this level. So I was taken out over here, but currently I'm still active again in these buys over here, because this is a deep correction. So I'm currently in this buys. Just wait for one push, tighter correction, or you can just enter now, because it isn't that much pips. Let's see, like even if you enter this market during open, yeah, this one is nice. You can just set a 35 pip stop loss and enter this market. This market looks so nice. Okay, this one looks nice for buys. So be alert on this one. When the market opens, immediately enter the market, and that applies to all dollar pairs. Actually, just look for $2 pairs or $3 pairs that have shaped nicely and get into the trades. Lastly, we are going to go through NASDAQ. As you know, guys, the stock market has been pushing to the downside aggressive. Okay, okay, and this is not like we did not predict it, because the price gave us a pattern over here. The price gave us a pattern over here. Okay, gave us a pattern over here. And with this pattern, the 90% rule will be in this value area. So I'll be waiting to see if this price comes back to this value area, and then we push to the upside. But if we invert this chart, if we just invert this chart, we can get a clear structure over here. As you can see, the structure is so clean. Okay, and currently you're waiting for that third touch. So what we are waiting for is that last push to these levels. Okay, and then we look for buy entries to the upside. First target will be in this level, second target this level, and overall we will be breaking these highs over here. So this one is going to be a big trade, which is going to, because since this is NASDAQ, it's going to give us some nice rewards on this pair. So watch out on NASDAQ, guys. This one is going to be nice. Okay, the pairs that I've analyzed, all of them are for swing trades, because the patterns are from bigger time frame and they are shaping up quite nicely. So watch out for this push to the upside. Okay, watch out for that push. And that's it for this week, guys. See you guys on the next one. Cheers.